Having lived with him, worked with him for so many years, 42 glorious years, taking upon us challenge after challenge after challenge, the moment he was gone was just so hard for me. Not just because he was gone, but because of the weight of responsibility of the people depending on us. And it hit me so hard. And I was standing in the emergency room, standing over Peter's body, and God spoke to me. And he said, tend to the foundation and expand. And that was a bit of a shock to me because it's the last thing I expected. I used to say to Peter, if something happens to you, please don't ask me to step into your shoes. I can't do that. I'm happy to have been a helpmeet and a support for all of these years, but to be the leader was a terrifying thing for me. But when God said, tend to the foundation and expand, I knew it was part of God's plan. And that's all I wanted was God's plan. And so I stepped into that role in fear and trepidation. But James, one of the most valuable aspects was the fact that I knew that there were people standing with me, that you guys had your hands reaching out, your arms around, your support there, that it wasn't going to change anything. Because we all love the mission, we love the purpose, we love the plan of God, and we dedicated to that. And with Peter not there, it didn't change that. The dependents were depending on you, your donors, those that contribute, those that love the children and the work in Africa. And I knew I could lean on that. And the success has been astounding. As I made sure that we were sailing a clean ship, Isaac was right alongside me, supporting me. I was bouncing ideas off him. He was giving ideas, and I was watching the maturity that he had and started a handover process after a while. And then, I must tell you, after 2 years, the numbers started coming in from the field. And with COVID, we had to adjust all of our programming. But thank God we employ people on the ground, that we work grassroots level. So the people were reaching their people, and we didn't have to relocate anyone because we couldn't. And so instead of reaching just the child, we were now reaching the family of the child and the community of the child. And so the work expanded. And after those 2 years, when the figures came in, and I looked at the expansion that we'd experienced, I just wept. Because I realized God's plan for the expansion wasn't my plan. It wasn't Peter's plan. It was a desire we always had. But that expansion to almost 4 times the number that we were reaching just overwhelmed me. And I realized that what God had commissioned me that day had been achieved. And I will be forever grateful.
Our viewers stayed with it in their challenges, which that in itself was a miracle, because we could not imagine that it would happen.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but there was a compassion that came on the people, and I believe on every one of your viewers and your partners. That same compassion that said, the world has changed, we're all in a pandemic, but I can still do something. Yes. And that's the biggest thing. We can all continue to do something. And to me, I can honestly tell you, after walking so many years in this wonderful commissioning of God, to change the life of another is the greatest fulfillment that you will ever experience.